live from the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado, where the weatherman is warning local residents to brace themselves for a huge snowstorm. But tonight, the big storm on everyone's mind is taking place indoors at the McNichols Sports Arena, the site of tonight's landmark martial arts event. 8 of the deadliest fighters in the world will meet in a no-holds-barred combat to determine who is the ultimate fighting champion. Be forewarned, there are no rules, no judges' scores, and no time limits. Testing themselves in bare-knuckle combat this evening, you'll witness Royce Gracie, Brazilian and world light heavyweight jiu-jitsu champion. Patrick Smith, 1993 Savaki Challenge heavyweight champion in Taekwondo. Art Jimerson, IBF North American Cruiser Boxing Champion. Gerard Jurdeau, World Heavyweight Savate Champion. Zane Frazier, the WKF Super Heavyweight Kempo Champion. Ken Shamrock, the #1 ranked shoot fighter in Japan. Tylee Tuli, 3 years pro sumo champion on the Japanese professional circuit. And Kevin Rozier, WKA and ISKA super heavyweight kickboxing champion. 8 street tough warriors wage combat in a battle where anything can happen and probably will.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are about to see something that you have never seen before, the Ultimate Fighting Challenge. Hello, I'm Bill Wallace, and welcome to McNichols Arena in fabulous Denver, Colorado. Along with me is Jim Brown. I'd like to introduce you to what is called the Ultimate Fighting Challenge, to where they're having different fights, different types of disciplines: karate, judo, jiu-jitsu, savate, kickboxing, sumo wrestling, to where they have no holds barred, anything goes. Jim Brown, what do you think?
Bill, I've been around the toughest fighters in the world: Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, Mike Tyson. I've been around the greatest NFL players, the tough guys, Dick Butkus, Sam Huff, all of those guys. But I'll tell you, they could not last in this ring.
Would you do it?
Would I do it? You mean when I was in my prime?
Now.
You doggone right I wouldn't do it.
Oh, come on.
Not a chance.
Oh, it's not that hard. Just remember, all you have to do is climb over the ropes.
These guys are experts in what they do. They've trained for years. They're champions. They know things that nobody knows.
Oh. Along with me also, oh, now come on. Along with me also now is Kathy Long, 5-time world kickboxing champion. Kathy, what would be your strategy in here?
I tell you, I would rely on speed, my speed.
You're not very big now.
No, that's true. I mean, if I were to do this and if I were a guy much bigger, I think the best thing to do is go for something as quick as you can.
How would you fight him, Bill? How would you fight him? Would you try to get inside? Would you stay away? Would you try to use the ropes or the chain link fence? Or would you just try to keep away and make the other person tired? Remember, we're a mile high up in the air.
We are, but if I were fighting, I'm very used to being in good condition, so it doesn't matter to me. But on the other hand, it would depend greatly on who I was fighting first.
Well, there's going to be a lot of grappling in the match. And also, I'd like to introduce you to Rod Machado. Tell us a little about the grappling that will happen.
You bet, Bill. Bill, you didn't ask me what my strategy would be for the fight, but if I may share that with you, it would be to get out of the ring as quick as I possibly could. Bill, the grappling is a very, very interesting art, and I think what you're going to see tonight is quite a few of these fights go to the ground. Tonight promises to be a most interesting evening, and despite the fact that we start standing up, don't be surprised to see these people going to the ground, and I would say that the person that commands the fight is probably going to be the person who is skilled in grappling, and you're probably going to see jiu-jitsu, in my estimation, at its best, and expect to see a lot of patience and strategy on the part of Royce Gracie, and I think you're going to find it to be very, very interesting. Bill?
Well, as you notice, the ring is a little bit different than a normal boxing ring. It's more like a pit. In the ring now is Brian Kilmore. Brian, what do you think about?
Well, I'll tell you what, Bill. You talk about an original event. If you want to know reasons, if you want to know why it's such an original event, look no further than this ring. It's not a ring at all. It's an octagon, 8 sides, got a fence here, a little bit of give, no rings. You got some padding, and you got a mat. And you want to get a shot of this mat. It's kind of soft. The boxers are talking about it could be a little bit of a slow service. This is what I'm talking about. It's got a little bit of give. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Only 2 ways out, and not until this thing is over. Tell you what, Bill, take it away. This ring is something else. I'm going to get out of here before it starts.
Well, let's look at the chart and see exactly who's fighting and the systems they'll be fighting with. The first fight will be Gerard Jurdeau against Taylor Tuli. Now we have a sumo wrestler against a savate player. The thing about Gerard is he also knows Muay Thai, which is a lot of very dangerous leg kicks. Taylor is 410 pounds. The second fight is Kevin Rosier against Zane Frazier. These two guys are both very, very experienced kickboxers. The third fight will be Royce Gracie, who is a jiu-jitsu expert, world champion, against Art Jimerson, who is a boxing person, ranked 10th in the world, IBF. The fourth fight will be Ken Shamrock, who is a shoot fighting, also does some wrestling, also does some taekwondo movements, against Patrick Smith, taekwondo practitioner, winner of the Sabaki Challenge here this last year, also Robitaille. The first match will be Gerard Jardot against Tali Tuli. The fighters are entering the ring now.
That's an interesting robe he's going to wear in there.
It's much like a Samoan type of a gown.
Yeah, he looks pretty calm, pretty relaxed.
He looks like he's ready to go to me.
Yes, indeed. He looks psyched.
He's a very agile individual, too. I know him from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
One of the Bouillard brothers.
There's a line, we know what happens in Los Angeles.
Oh, yes.
A lot of things can be going on in your mind when you're walking up to the ring there.
Well, that's a long walk. You have to realize that's about 75 feet, and like I said, there's only two ways in and out of that place.
Yes, indeed.
Or over them. The sumo discipline is very formal because it's a very national sport of Japan.
Yeah, I understand that.
And right now we're going to hear what Taylor has to say about his particular aspect.
Okay.
My name is Taylor Tuli Wiley from Laie, Hawaii. I'm a professional sumo wrestler. The strongest part of my body is my heart, and I know I can win this fight.
Now entering the ring would be Gerard Jardot from the Netherlands, who's a Savat champion. Gerard is very strong with his legs, very strong kicker. Uses a lot of kickboxing techniques, very strong.
Well, he certainly looks pretty mean.
Looks like he's ready.
Yes, indeed.
Now, if you notice, most people will take their tops off, will be topless simply because they don't want their opponents to grab anything. There's nothing there to grab. There's no upper hand type movement. We spoke to Gerard earlier about his strategy. I'd like you to understand exactly what he thinks.
Hello, I'm Gerard Jardot. I'm a fighter of Holland and my discipline is Savat. It's a French boxing, same like kickboxing, only without knees. I hope that I win the tournament and I don't make mistakes.
Now to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the contestants for the first match of tonight's Ultimate Fighting Championship. Fighting out of the red corner from the Netherlands at 6'5½", 216 pounds, the 1992 world champion French Savat boxer, holder of the European French Savat boxing champion title for 3 years in a row, the Dutch karate champion for 8 consecutive years with a record of 27-4, Gerard Jardot. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, Honolulu, Hawaii, floats higher in the Pacific tonight, free from the weight of our next challenger, standing 6'2" and tipping the scales at an incredible 420 pounds. This 3-year veteran of the Makushita class of the Japanese Professional Sumo Association. Combat fans, step back, make room for the giant, Tali Tuli.
I think it's about ready to start.
I think I'd be pretty nervous if I were in there with somebody that large.
Well, yeah, but also somebody that good with his feet and good with his hands also.
Well, absolutely. Now, Gerard is used to wearing gloves when he's in the ring, and he's out there bare-fisted.
Yeah, they had the meeting, and they decided no hand wraps at all would be allowed. This is why the no holds barred, anything goes. So if you strike an elbow, you strike an elbow or a wrist or a shoulder, you might damage your wrist, and that could put you out.
It could.
But again, you have to stop yourself.
Yes, indeed. And once again, they knew what they were getting into when they got into it. So.
What was it like before the first game of the season?
I'm as nervous as I was then. I'll say.
This is just like the first game of the season. This is the first match tonight. This is probably going to set the precedence because now we're going to get right down to it. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, no holds barred. Anything goes. Just no groin shots, no eye gouges, and no biting. Everything else is okay. We're getting ready. The referee's in the center. And they go. I think there'll be a lot of stalking just to see what happens. Endurance is going to play an important part of this. Kathy, what do you think?
Well,
Let's go. Whoa.
I think we're just missing teeth there.
Gerard just caught him with a real good roundhouse kick to the face.
Yeah, I think it's possible he may have a cut under his eye.
Yes.
They might be calling in the cut man now to take a look at it. I'm
Now
not
they'll
sure.
call the cut man. I don't think he wants to stop. He doesn't want to stop. They're just checking it right now. I think this has to be at least to check and see if the referees will allow it. He's checking it out.
I think Taylor missed one of his teeth in that shot as
I
well.
think he did. It came out towards us. I think it's maybe we can put it out of the bed and we get a quarter in the morning.
Yeah, there's a bit of blood flowing out of the end of that eye.
Yes. He should be ready to go. They should not be stopping it. Should not be stopping it. Exactly. They should start the match. They stopped the match, I believe. I'm not sure. They're going to look at the replay. Now, if you notice, Taylor is trying to take Gerard down. He falls, loses his balance. Now, he stops right there. Now, watch. Bam, that's a right leg roundhouse kick right to the face. That's where the tooth came out. And he still stands there. He's stunned slightly. And then I think Gerard also struck him with a good right-hand hook. And I think that's where the cut is. I think the kick was below the eye. I think the punch was right on the eye. What do you think, Jim?
I think it was totally in the face, and I mean...
Well, it landed
Awesome.
squarely. No
Awesome.
question about that.
Tooth came out.
Yes. Kathy, did you catch that tooth?
No, I think it's under the table here.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to find it later, and I get $1 for it. When I was little, you got a quarter.
Is that from the tooth fairy?
Oh,
or?
they start again. The match has been called. Gerard Jargeau is the winner. One more time. Now, if you notice, Tali is trying to force him into the corner to get him off balance and take him off his feet. Taylor loses his balance. Now he stops. They both hesitate, and now, bam, right in the face. That was right at the cheek. I think the punch was above the eye, or just below the eye, and cut him.
The mistake there was not getting up quick enough.
Exactly. He should have been up right away.
Absolutely. But I know a lot about getting up. I'm not going to stay there.
He sat there. I think he sat there, like you said, entirely too long. He should not have sat there. I think the old rules are the match is broken up by the referee, and you get up and you start again. But
I think that's what he thought.
People have to realize that there's just no holds. If you're down, you stay there.
We are again.
Okay, here we go. Now watch. There's a hesitation, and bam. See where the kick lands? Just below the cheek. Now that stuns Taylor. He turns back around and takes a right hook punch to the face. I think that's what did the cut.
I'll tell you, there was a move when he was being charged, when he put his hands behind the head.
Exactly.
When you put your hand behind the head,
push him away.
It pushes you down.
Exactly.
Your own force works against you.
Exactly, and that's 420 pounds going down.
Absolutely.
Our next match will be Zane Frazier from California against Kevin Rozier from New York. They're both very, very adept kickboxers, both tall, both very strong, both very good technicians. You're having a Kempo stylist against basically a kickboxer that uses the boxing techniques along with the kicking techniques from Taekwondo from kicking. Yes, this is Kevin Rozier. This is Kevin coming out.
I am Kevin Rose. I'm the 5-time World Kickboxing Champ. I'm going to win this tournament My best technique is an overhand right. I'm going to hit them. They're not going to get up because it's bare knuckle, bare rule, no rules. And I'm here to win.
I think I detect a little bit of nervousness in his face.
It looks
there.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But again, you know, they just saw in the monitors what had happened. So I think he thinks, hey, this is live time now. It's time to wake up and do the work. Now with Zane Frazier from Hollywood, California. We spoke to Zane earlier on his feelings and his thoughts about the fights. Join us. Okay.
My name is Zane Frazier. I'm from North Hollywood, California. My style is Ed Parker's American Kempo Karate. And the reason I think I'm going to win is that God's going to give me the strength and the courage and to do all the right things at the right time, and that's going to be my advantage.
And now to our ring announcer, Ron Goins.
Ladies and gentlemen, the competitors for our second match of tonight, holding a 4th degree black belt in American Kempo Karate. Our next fighter answers the bell at 6'6", 230 pounds from North Hollywood, California, 4-time international karate champ and the WKF super heavyweight kickboxing champion. Please say hello out of the red corner to Zane Frazier. And his opponent at 6'4" and 265 pounds. He has an impressive record of 66-8, all 66 wins by KO. The 3-time WKA World Super Heavyweight Kickboxing Champion and the ISKA North American Super Heavyweight Kickboxing Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Kevin Crozier.
Now, if you notice, they
our
have their
referee
hands
for
wrapped.
our second
The
match,
other fighters
Leo
didn't have their hands
Bizot.
wrapped.
Yeah, but you see the knuckles aren't actually wrapped.
No, the hands are wrapped to protect the wrist, I believe.
Yeah.
And the knuckles are bare. They're protruding out. The thumb is protected a little bit because oftentimes when you're punching, you might catch a thumb on a shoulder or something like that. Just protects any kind of a breakage. Don't you wish you could tape your whole body, Jim?
Bill, you would know more about that than me. I only tape my ankles.
Pain hurts. Let me tell you, it ruins your whole day. What I don't understand is why they're in the middle of the ring. There's nothing to talk about.
Well, I think they're going over the rules here. The
What?
3
There
rules.
are none.
No eye gouging.
Yeah, okay. Kathy, would you like to meet in the middle of the ring like that?
No, sir.
I don't want to get close to anybody when it's time to fight.
Not when they're that big.
And they starting. Here we go.
Now we got some good footwork here.
Now there's a lot of strategy now.
Bill, that's not unusual to have a fight just like that go to the ground.
Just again, a lot of power. I don't think anything. Whoa, good right hand. Good right hand.
That was a clear groin shot. And the referee doesn't seem to notice.
That's a strategy, pulling hair.
And that's something that wasn't talked about in the rules meeting.
Exactly, but it should be legal. It should be allowed. It's part of the body.
I think it is. You see some of the hair falling down on the
Yes.
ground there. It's quite a bit coming out there.
He's let go of the hair now.
Oh, and that knee came right up into the chin.
Yep. Now they're going to be working. They're going to be working. This is going to take a lot of energy because if you can see, it's only been maybe a minute or so into the match, and they're breathing a little bit.
Yeah. If these two knew how to grapple, I think it might end a little sooner.
It might sooner, yes, but the thing of it is, I don't think as big as they are, they want to go down to the ground. Now, Kevin is using a little bit of elbows. Now, if you look at their knuckles, they're getting a little red because they are hitting elbows. They are hitting bone.
That was a great uppercut.
straight right hand. Now there's a little bit of strategy playing now. They got to rest a little bit.
Oh, the fatigue factor is a major factor.
Great knee to the solar plexus there. You see that? Zane looks like he's picking his shots.
The crowd seems to be enjoying it. And if you notice some more strategy, they're going to lay on each other a little bit with that weight. Rest a little bit now.
Yeah, they got to rest a little bit.
Yeah, because this is a lot of, you're up a mile up in the air, and this takes a lot of energy to throw these punches, and also to defend yourself against this kind of a weight factor.
Yeah. I know that a lot of times when you're in a clinch.
And a mouthpiece just fell out.
Yeah, you see that. Got it down to the ground. I think they're both a little bit out of the league on this one.
A choke, yeah. A good knee to the face.
Yes, indeed.
Now it's going to get into a little bit of wrestling that I don't think they know that much about, but it seems to be Zane used to be doing pretty good here. He needs to stay down. And they go through. I think there's a little bit of tiredness out there, Jim.
A little bit, baby.
Jim, did you ever get this tired?
I doubt it, because the combination of things that they're doing would make anyone really totally fatigued.
Well, when you were playing, they didn't have a team in Denver, did they?
No.
Yeah. A little different playing here. Oh.
So they get a lot of swelling. You
imagine. Yeah, they're slow now. They're trying to set things up.
Kevin here. You know, a lot of times in boxing, when you strike to the back of the head like that, it's totally illegal, but everything goes here. Okay, we're at the 2-minute rest here.
Fatigue got him, baby.
I think fatigue got to him. He went too hard, too soon, too often. Yep. Kevin took some punishment, though.
Oh, he really
Kevin
did.
took a lot of punishment.
Really did.
Okay, here we're going to see the replay now. Watch. Zane was doing all the power before. Now all of a sudden, Kevin comes back, catches some of those plummeting blows to the top of the head, forces Zane down. 4 or 5 or 6 punches. Now comes the stomping, and bam!
I think when you
tries to
get
up, and bam again. I think right about now the towel comes in. Yes.
Yep. When you're striking in the back of the head like that, it can easily knock somebody out if you're.
It kind of discombobulates you because you really don't know where you are, whether you're standing, where you're sitting, because it knocks you a little bit off balance. Jim, being hit in the back of the head when you were tackled, oftentimes you're like, where am I going? Am I going the wrong way?
The main point is that fatigue struck in and he basically gave up.
Exactly. Yeah, fatigue comes in. I want to rest. 5 minutes is a long time this first round.
It really is.
I'm telling you.
Zane seems to be okay, just kind of sitting down and relaxed. I'm sure he's disconcerted also,
Kevin,
simply because he was doing so well.
What's going through your mind after you got hit early on?
What am I doing out of retirement?
Yeah. What about the endurance? The 5 minutes? Did it really seem like 5 minutes? Could have been like
No,
a
it
30.
seemed like an hour.
It seemed like an hour. And when did you realize that you had him?
About 10 seconds ago.
About 10 seconds ago.
He was getting tired. We saw he was getting tired.
What did you expect going in? What do you expect now?
Punch out. He punched out.
What was your strategy?
Let him hit me.
And then how did it unfold? And then you realized, what were you shooting for? A 5-round bout?
No, I don't know. I'm really sorry. I'm not a great interviewer.
We gotta get some rest. We gotta get ice on him.
Kevin, still got the sense of humor intact. Congratulations on the victory.
We gotta get ice on him. Come on.
There he is, the winner. Now back to Bill and Jim and Kathy.
If you think what he just said, he said, I'll take the punishment. I'll make the guy get tired. I'll make Zane get tired. He'll get more tired than me. Then I'll come back and pummel him. Kevin is great at taking punishment. He took some. He didn't look that bad in the face either.
It looked like he was almost finished himself a minute.
Oh, he did. Well, at the time we were here, when he was in this corner here, I thought he was in a lot of trouble. Kathy was saying, uh-oh, he's gone. Kathy, I was very much impressed the way he came back.
I'm very impressed also. I mean, his strategy, let the guy hit me, seemed to work out really well.
Well, I might interject. I don't really think it was a matter of coming back. I really think that the fatigue set in. And when the fatigue set in, there was no defense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of times, you can have all the heart in the world. We were talking about this earlier. When you have all the heart in the world and you're sucking wind, all that power that you had is gone. All that speed that you had is gone.
My greatest fear was fatigue.
Oh, exactly.
If I was in great shape, I feared no one. Because the will is the ability to overcome the fatigue.
The first thing you do when you went to training camp was run those laps.
Oh, there's
Make
no doubt
sure you
about
get
it.
yourself physically fit.
Because in the fourth quarter, the same thing will happen in football that happened here.
Exactly.
Bill, you're going to see something interesting in the...
Now watch this. Now Kevin is doing a lot of pummeling now. He hasn't really hit him solid yet, except on the top of the head. So he's not really going for the body. Zane is like, I think I want to take the day off.
Yep.
Because
yeah,
now
right at this point,
right now I think Kevin could have backed up and he would have just said, no, I'm just going to sit here. Because the stomp didn't really do that much, and I don't think this one does do that much either, because more of a push. But I think Zane was just too tired to do anything.
Yeah. Well, over here, the mouthpiece came out.
Right off the bat.
He was getting hit just above the eyes.
Yep.
A lot of things went on when they were tied up together.
Exactly. Now we have a chart of the semifinal matches. Let's see what it's going to look like. Okay. Now, this will be the first semifinal bout, which is Gerard Gordeau against Kevin Rozier. Now, remember Gerard, the kicking techniques that he used against Taylor. He's going to try these same things against Kevin, because you notice how tall Kevin is. He's going to try to take Kevin's legs out from underneath him. Kevin, again, is trying to put the pressure on Gerard to make him get tired. You have to realize Gerard didn't get tired. Royce Gracie, who is the world champion jiu-jitsu player, is entering. He is the lightest combatant of everybody. Of all the 8 fighters, Royce is the lightest. I think he weighs 176. Now, Art Jimison is the number 10 ranked IBF light heavyweight in the world. Okay, Royce will be entering the ring right now. Royce Gracie will be entering the ring.
Bill, I think we probably have half of Brazil here tonight.
I would have to say that Royce certainly looks the most confident of everyone who's come in so far.
Yes. My name is Royce Gracie, and I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And I live in California right now. And I teach Jiu-Jitsu, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. I've been doing this all my life. And I think I'm going to take this tournament because my technique is the technique that my family's been developed for the last 65 years.
Now entering the ring will be Art Jimison, the 10th ranked WBF boxer in the world, light heavyweight division. We have boxing against jiu-jitsu.
And when you take boxing against jiu-jitsu, boxing is so incredibly limited by comparison.
There's too many rules involved.
Exactly.
Now, Jimison, Art tried to work with some of the techniques, but I think he gave it up because, hey, I'm going to do what I've been doing over the last several years. And you can't change. Very difficult to change, Jim.
Yeah, it takes many years to perfect any technique, and to just try to add some things to get ready for all of these different persuasions impossible.
We talked to Art earlier about his strategy. Let's find out what he thinks.
Hi, I'm Art Jimison from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm a professional boxer, and this is why I want to win. Being a fighter, I punch hard, I'm fast, and I'm quick. You can't hit what you can't see.
And now to our ring announcer.
Ladies and gentlemen, our third bout of the evening. Please welcome your competitors. First, from the world of professional boxing, he's 5'11" and 195 pounds, hailing from St. Louis, Missouri. his home in a professional record of 29-5, 20 by knockout, the IBF North American Cruiserweight Boxing Champion, fighting out of the blue corner, Art King Arthur Jimerson. And his opponent, 26 years old, a jiu-jitsu master. He hails from Torrance, California, by way of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. 6'1", 178 pounds. He is a jiu-jitsu champion of Rio de Janeiro, the world light heavyweight champion, holding a 4th degree black belt with a record of 51-1. Please welcome, out of the red corner, Royce Gracie. And your referee, Jerome Alberto Berto.
I think we're about ready to get this show on the road. I think it's kind of ironic that that Royce Gracie is going to wear his judo top.
Yeah,
Actually, Bill, it will work in his favor. It'll be easier to grapple with the guy, to actually get more friction on an arm.
So?
Yes.
Good.
And if the man grabs him, that just gives Royce an anchor with which to move his opponent around. But watch Royce, though. I think you're going to see the clinch is extremely important in jiu-jitsu. And watch his Royce front leg as he uses, I think, a low side kick here to get his opponent to lower his guard, and then he's going to clinch. You're going to see an excellent there, just like that. A couple of those, Bill, I tell you what, that's...
It's much like a Muay Thai kick, but it's like a self-defense movement that a self-defense person will use against a street attack.
Very, very much so. He can keep his opponent at bay, and he can also get his opponent to be real wary of that kick. You get hit once or twice in the knee there, that really hurts.
Art's thinking about it already. You can see him, he's in and out.
Yes. Watch Royce. Royce now commands his opponent. He's getting him to move back a little bit and on command, and you're going to see a clinch here, I suspect, anytime real soon. That's what Royce's strategy is right now. As the Brazilians always say, if you have a good clinch, you have good jiu-jitsu.
I think there's a little bit too much strategy. They're going to have to do something pretty soon, because I think Art is a little bit worried here.
There it is. There he is. And he's on the ground. Now we're watching Royce take the mount position. And that's exactly where the jiu-jitsu man wants to be. He's on top. This is not a good place
a little headbutt to the face.
for Art.
To work a little bit of headbutt.
Look at those legs. Bill, look at those legs right there. Royce's legs in back of wrapping. That opponent
good anchor.
can't get his legs off the ground. As soon as Art tries to lift his legs, Royce will strip or push on his legs. Royce will stick his leg back, disrupting the opponent's balance. And Royce, he's got an excellent base, one of the fundamental positions in Gracie Jiu-Jitsu right now.
Now also, this is making one of them very, very tired, which is Art Jimerson on the bottom, because he's got to try to push him off.
I tell you what, it is no fun being on the bottom with a jiu-jitsu man.
But I think Art's doing pretty good, because he's trying to keep him as close to him as he can.
Well, I tell you, that glove is really working in Art's against Art, because he can't grab.
He can't grab, he can't pull him in tight.
You bet. If I were him, perhaps he might think about taking that thing off right now.
Take a break and take it off. Whoop, he just bowed out. He just tapped out.
Just tapped out.
Did he? Oh, the towel just got thrown in as well.
That's amazing. It doesn't take much. It is just a frightening experience, Bill, to have somebody up on top of you.
To be able to put pressure on you quickly.
You bet. It happens that quickly.
I don't think Art was hurt at all. I think he was just frustrated.
You can't breathe. You can't breathe in there. You can't move.
Bill, it's a primal instinct.
There was not a punch thrown.
That's right. That's exactly
not
correct.
a punch thrown.
You're going to see that is Royce's strategy probably through most of the fight.
Jim, what do you think?
Well, we talked about this before, and you said that this was going to happen.
Yeah, well, see, the boxer is so used to so many rules that he can't do what he wants to do. Sure, he would like to kick him back, but he's wearing boxing shoes.
Exactly.
He'd like to grab him, but he's wearing a pair of boxing gloves. He doesn't know how to headbutt him unless it's in close.
Exactly.
And if he gets in close, Royce is going to take him down.
How can a boxer chamber a punch on the ground like that? His punches are effectively neutralized.
Royce Gracie!
I think that's something everyone was expecting to happen.
See, I think also what the crowd understands also, they don't understand the movement. All they saw was Royce on top of this guy.
Yes.
Royce on top, and all of a sudden the guy goes, no, I quit.
Yes, they didn't even see the tap.
put these guys out there trying to breathe under there.
That's a replay here.
Here's the replay. Now watch what happens. Now he's working with him.
Okay, let's see.
He's trying to push him away. I think more or less he just gave up.
He already tapped.
Because he can't get out, yes.
He already tapped.
It's very frustrating because you can't punch, you can't kick. The same thing is going to happen to the kickboxer. The kickboxers have to stay away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Bill, you know, it's interesting. 95% of the fights, according to PD, police department studies, end up on the ground.
Exactly.
And the jiu-jitsu man, that's his element. And anybody else on the ground who doesn't know grappling is like a fish out of water.
The boxer only had one chance.
That was it, to
that
catch him
was
right off the
early
bat.
to get a great punch to have it land. Otherwise, it would be no contest.
Not at
so
all.
the tap out did not surprise me because there was nothing that he could do on the ground.
Yeah, I think he felt also that he could get in close and maybe get a jab or a left hook or a right cross in, but the front leg of Royce, I think, kept him away.
Well, that's
Sure
the
did.
whole
It kept
point.
him at bay the whole time.
He couldn't take a chance on the kicks.
Exactly.
And therefore, he was never going to be in position to do what he does best, which is to throw a punch.
Exactly. Now we'll go to our fourth bout. Ken Shamrock, the shoot fighter, against Pat Smith, Taekwondo, and the 1993 Sabaki champion. Okay, this, I believe, will probably be the best match of the evening. This is the two strong boys of the mat, let's say. First of all, Ken Shamrock. He's a shoot fighter. He's done wrestling. He's done some judo techniques. He's also been a street fighter, you might say. Very strong. I think he's 220-some pounds. Very, very good physical condition. Pat is a very, very strong person, very streetwise. We were talking earlier with Jim. What do you think about this one? I think this is going to be the best one.
I think it should be a great fight. I think these two guys are evenly matched from what I could see. I think they know enough of different persuasions to be able to take advantage of whatever position they end up in. And I think that's very important in this kind of a contest because you're going to be on the ground, you're going to be against this fence, you're going to be standing up, you're going to be everywhere. So you have to know how to deal in all those situations.
Okay, now let's go to the fighters as they enter the ring. Okay. Entering the ring is Ken Shamrock. Looks very determined, very strong. This is, I would say, the strongest combatant in the ring today. Very strong, very agile, very good techniques. Remember, he likes the groundwork also. Rod, if you understand, he also works the ground.
Yes, well, he certainly will have an element that will probably be to his own, Bill.
He's certainly one of the more well-rounded fighters as far as the different styles that he does. This should be very interesting.
Let's find out what Ken thinks about the fight tonight.
Hi, my name is Ken Shamrock. I'm fighting in the Pancrase organization out of Japan. I go 1 week each month and fight over there. My style consists of feet fighting, fist fighting, and ground technique. I think I'm going to win this fight because I am well adapted and I have many tools to go into the ring and use. I can fight on the ground and I can fight standing up. So I think this is my chance to win.
And now let's welcome Pat Smith into the ring, please. There's quite a few people with him. He looks like he's kind of looking forward to this. Jim?
Well, I think he is. It's a good-looking young man.
Does this remind you of anything, Kathy?
Oh, yes, it certainly does. I don't know how many times they've gone down that aisle.
You know, it's still kind of ironic, but Royce was the only participant so far that wore the traditional judo top or the jiu-jitsu top.
Yes.
Everybody else is wearing shorts or wearing, you know, trunks somehow.
I don't think Royce had to worry about anybody grabbing hold of his gi if it was against art.
But he's a pure jiu-jitsu man.
Yes. And like I say, it does work in their favor.
I'd say these two are certainly in great shape.
Let's hear what Pat Smith says about the fight.
My name is Patrick Smith from Aurora, Colorado. The reason I think I'm going to win this competition is because I'm the most strongest, powerful, craziest guy out of all the groups, I think. with my leg kicking, kneeing, powerful elbows and headbutts, and choking and grappling fighting, and the resistance of feeling pain is what's going to make me come out to be the Ultimate Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, our fourth match of the evening. Please welcome your competitors. First, just back from the Japanese professional circuit. He's 6 foot, 215 pounds. He wrestles in the Japanese Pancrase Association, the #1 ranked shoot fighter with a professional record of 24-3-2. Please welcome out of the blue corner, Ken Wayne Shamrock. And his opponent from Denver, Colorado. 6'2", 217 pounds, 3rd-degree black belt, #7 ranked super heavyweight kickboxer, and the 1993 Sabaki Challenge heavyweight champion. An astounding record of 250-0. Please welcome Patrick Smith.
Interesting to see him wearing Thai boxing shorts.
Yes. Pat is wearing Thai boxing shorts. I think Ken is wearing the very simple swimming trunks just so you can't grab anything.
That's probably a good idea.
And he looks pretty good in his swimming trunks, too.
I have to admit, he looks pretty fantastic.
Oh, the muscles in the stomach.
Well, I guess he's not going to be throwing too many punches to the stomach, huh?
I don't think so.
They're having their little traditional meeting in the middle, getting ready to talk things over.
You
There's
feel
not
like
that much
being
to
out
talk.
there?
Not me. I'm with
Not
you. Let's go play some football.
This is your game,
Let's
baby.
go. I'm an old person. I'm 40. I'm an old person.
Superfoot.
If you want to wrestle, we can wrestle, but at least getting hit ruins your whole. I told you, pain hurts. Again, Rod, also, I think there'll be a little bit of grappling into this.
I think you can count on it.
I definitely think so, too. Both fighters, oddly enough, look pretty dry. They haven't warmed up very much.
The shoot fighter's very familiar with the ground contact and ground grappling. And there's a nice clinch right there. And that's probably exactly where he wants him to be.
Yep.
That's interesting. Now you see what would be a classic Gracie guard position with the legs wrapped around the fighter. That is actually a very good defensive position. And holding the man's head down just like that just keeps him from changing a punch. Now watch what's going on with that foot. A foot on the back, right where the kidney is just like having a little ninja super glue to your back, Bill. That is not a comfortable feeling.
Seemed like it could kind of painful a little bit.
Well, I'll tell you what, it sure does distract you from anything else. Your primary objective starts to become to get rid of that foot.
That has to be pretty stressful on Ken's neck, the way Pat's holding his head
right,
like that.
yes.
Yeah, that's real tough.
And they're trying to get close now. This is going to be a lot of strategy in this, but there's also going to be a lot of strength involved.
Yes.
And there's going to be some headbutting in there, too.
Very much
right
so.
there.
Yeah, you want to hold him a little bit. He's trying to hold him as close as he can. Still hard to change it. There goes a
But they're not trying any really arm bars or chokes or anything. I think he just wants to kind of wear him down.
Exactly. Got some good balance there. Uh-oh, watch this. There's a foot lock. Watch it.
Now, this is one of the locks that is in shoot fighting for the legs. Very painful for that shin.
Very, very much so.
Very painful.
Very opposite.
That's a good strike there to the chest.
What you're seeing is...
That's very smart of Pat, trying to at least alleviate some of the strain that's on that ankle.
But the kid's trying to go for that ankle lock right there, trying to position himself.
He's got it pretty good.
You know, the guy with the longer legs is the gentleman that usually works well on this. There's the tap out right there. Just too painful. Isn't that interesting? A very subtle move, but a very, very effective move. It is extremely painful. And
I think his knee's been turned out pretty hard there.
Yes, he didn't want to give. You know, take it easy.
Bill, you're dealing with two things there, either a good ankle break or one heck of a Charlie horse.
Now, the one thing is, I think he's kind of working with that ankle because he had a lot of pressure on that ankle.
Yes, very much so.
You ever have an ankle problem?
Not like that. That was definitely real. The pain was there. The man could not take it.
It just goes right to the heart of that ankle.
I can't believe they still want to fight. Look at after all this, they're still going after each other.
this is where the heart comes in. Nobody wants to give, but sometimes the pain is so much.
Bill, you know, that's so true. Nobody wants to lose to a footlock. There's no glory in that.
But it's still very painful, and you got it. And if it hurts, it hurts.
Yes.
You have to quit. Once the pain goes away, come on, let's keep going.
Yes.
You know, it's funny because Pat was saying earlier that he's pretty much oblivious to all pains.
57 of the first round, Ken Wayne Shamrock.
Now let's go to Ken Shamrock for his views on exactly what happened in that bout.
How was this like the bouts you do in Japan each and every month?
Easier.
Why?
Because he doesn't know how to do any submission.
Now I see a cut on your head. Does that mean that he was using eye gouges?
No, he kicked me in the head.
He kicked you in the head?
Yeah.
All right. Now, what was your strategy going in right now? Could have been anyone?
Yeah.
So now, talk about endurance. Talk about the ring. How did it work for you?
Great.
Why?
I don't know. Anywhere I can fight.
He came in the ring, and he was staring you down. He came right over to you. What was going through your mind?
All right, buddy, you got yours coming.
Yeah? How important is that beginning, the psych out before? When you did not back down, what did that do for the win?
I don't think it's psych or anything about psyching out. It's all about bringing confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
I ain't afraid of that man across from me.
What do you have coming up? What are you thinking about now?
Thinking about my next fight.
All right. Congratulations, Ken. Good luck the rest of the way. All right, there he is, a very happy man. Now back to Bill at the booth.
Bill, I got to tell you, he certainly is out for business.
Well, you know, they were both very, very aggressive at the start of it. Here's the replay. Now, watch that ankle. Watch what he does with that arm around that ankle. There's a lot of strain on that. Now, look at Pat. Pat's trying to use that heel of his left foot to cause a little bit of damage so he can't get that ankle. Watch the ankle now. Now he's going to get it.
There's Ken's
Hook
move
it under
right
there.
there.
There's Ken's move
That's
right
the
there.
move. That's exactly what he wants.
Right on the ankle. Right on the ankle. Now, too bad he couldn't bite, you know.
And watch, there's Ken's foot coming over to position his opponent so his opponent can't move.
Yeah.
Right on the groin, and now he starts working the ankle to stretch it. And you're seeing some
still trying to get free.
Oh yes, yeah. It's such a helpless feeling in that position.
Now, I got to tell you, Rod, Ken weighs a whole lot more than Royce does in the hoist. How do you think that's going to match? They both seem to be pretty well matched as for the grappling.
Kathy, I got to tell you, if I didn't have some practical experience in grappling, I would say weight makes a difference, but it absolutely does not.